Hello everyone, welcome to Careerflow.ai's YouTube channel. Today we're going to look into the topic of resumes. We're going to look into the common resume mistakes that people make, and also I'll show you how to fix them regularly and also how to fix them using the Careerflow AI tool. If you want us to cover any other topic, let us know in the comment section below and we would make videos on them. Now, in this particular video, we're going to look into top 3 mistakes, and then in this part 1, this is what we'll be covering. In part 2, we'll be covering 3 more mistakes. And also, before starting the video, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss our future content. And now, let's get started with the video. We're going to look into the common resume mistakes that a normal person would make and how to fix them. And this is the part 1 where we'll be covering 3 mistakes. And we have 3 more mistakes coming up in part 2. Let's start. Now, the first question which I wanted to ask you guys is, who would you hire out of these 2 resumes? Obviously, you can see the right one. It's just resume, name. I have done a lot of things. Enough about me. Why should I work for you? On the left side, you can see it's a little bit more over-structured. Even though it might look like all the information is readable, but do you think this looks like a resume or an application form or something like a government form? To be honest, obviously, we won't hire both of them. Or at least if the person on the left has the right skills, they might get hired in a particular company. But both are bad examples of resumes. Again, I got these examples from Reddit. That's the source. You guys can check out resumes of Reddit itself, where you can get more of these and also not just these good examples, bad examples, and more advice as well. Now, moving further, let's start with mistake number 1, spelling and grammar errors. These are the most common ones, but even then, there is a particular statistic. According to Career Builder, 61% of hiring managers will immediately reject if your resume has a typo. Even if it's the most smallest error, they would just straight up reject it. Because if you don't put the effort to keep your resume, that is the one which you're submitting for job applications, right? Then they think that is a major red flag, right? So always check for typos, proofread, and do whatever you can to avoid these errors. Obviously, typos, spelling mistakes, poor grammar, all of these are under the same category. And the easiest way to do this is either proofread yourself. If you have doubts, maybe get it proofread by a friend. Also use online grammar tools like Grammarly. There are other tools as well. And also, Careerflow has a Careerflow Copilot, which is inbuilt in the resume builder, which can help you do this. Now, to showcase that, let me open the Careerflow website. So here is the website. I've already signed in. I already have a profile set up. So I'm logging in. If you do not have, please sign up and then start. Also, you get 1 resume for free. So if you're looking to create resumes, you can start off by practicing with Careerflow. I've already made a couple of spelling mistakes in the summary over here, right? So you can see marketing professional with expertise in content, social media. So that's, I just removed a few things to just show you guys what can be done. So now if I want to correct these errors over here, this section is a summary section. You can see this is the section over here, because if I just hide the section, you can see which is the section that is getting hidden. The content is over here. I can simply hit on rewrite with AI and it will provide me a fresh summary. Or you can just hit here and edit it yourself. And if you want to optimize with AI, just click on optimize with AI. The Careerflow Copilot will give you a summarized version of your already existing summary, right? Now, this will obviously clear all the spelling mistakes as well. But if you just want to keep it, it anyway shows up here. So this is content. You can just change it. Social media, you can just change it directly. Yeah, but if you want a better version of your summary, Careerflow Copilot can help you. Now, again, you can make it shorter. You can make it longer. You can make it more professional, casual. However you want, you can do that. You can also enter your own follow-up prompts over here to make the summary or any part of your resume better, right? So this part is done. Now moving on to the next. Mistake number 2, using one resume for all applications. The problem with this is you would create a really good resume, but that would be for your target job role that has mentioned all of the skills that you know in the job description. What if a particular job role, the job description has mentioned 2 more skills which you do not possess, and that is their preferred qualifications? So let's assume you have experience in those 2 tools, you have worked with them, you've used it, but you have not mentioned in the resume because you think your stronger skills are something else. But for that particular role, do you think they will accept your resume if those skills are not mentioned? They would not, because that is what the hiring manager would look for. Do they have all these skills that were given to them as a JD? And if it's not there, they will reject it. So in case the JD just has all the skills that you need, you can directly submit the resume that you already have. But if the JD has mentioned other things, other roles, you would have to align it according to the job description. And to do this, it's very, very simple using Careerflow. First of all, you can utilize ChatGPT, Gemini. You can put them over right there. Let me show you how we can do this using Careerflow, right? Over here, you can see the skill score analysis based on social media manager at Kitsune. This is the job this resume is being created for. If I switch the job role, these are from the job tracker. I have saved some jobs. There are other jobs, like for example, if you want to do it for an applied job or a rejected role, just in case if you want to do it. But if you want to do it for a saved job, you just have to select the role. Let's say I select this marketing manager role and click on import. Now, it will analyze the resume and it will tell how relevant it is to the JD. So now you can see the percentage go down. That means it is not really relevant to the JD. You will have to switch accordingly. And to do all those things, you would have guidance. You can click on the guidance and it will tell you what has to be incorporated and what is the analysis of it. Similarly, you will have to, or you can add those information accordingly. I hope this makes sense. This is extremely easy. You just have to select the job description of which job you're creating this resume for. And that's how simple it is to personalize your resume for a particular job description. Moving on to the last mistake, lack of quantifiable achievements. I would say this is the most important one. If you don't quantify your achievements on the resume, it will be easily skipped because if you don't provide or if you don't know what impact you created in your business, then how would the person hiring you would understand that? The easiest way is to provide numbers and back it up with facts. Let me give you a simple example. You can see this meme on the right side. This is obviously just a meme, but again, I even got this on Reddit. The first one, I work at McDonald's. Second one, I have a part-time job in fast food. So these are pretty simple lines. Now, how would you quantify this? I handle transactions for a multi-billion dollar company and industry on a daily basis and help provide $2 billion to the US economy each year. Even though this person is not directly giving $2 billion to the company, they are just mentioning that they were part of that process, which led to this particular income or revenue, right? Let's say you're working in the performance marketing team or you're a software engineer. Let's consider the performance marketing aspect. You have handled the budget of 1 crore, which brought in a revenue of 10 crores. That means you had a 10x ROI, right? So this is the thing that you would have to mention. Similarly, for a software engineer, you might have reduced the bounce rate from your website. You would have made the website faster, like zero point 0.2 seconds. So that would have improved the user experience or the user interface in itself. So you can include all of these things. It completely depends on the type of job role. For example, to fix this, you just have to add the numbers, percentages, and accomplishments to show what real value you added to the company you worked for. For example, did you increase sales by 20%? In that case, you can mention it like this: streamline the process, saving the company 15% in costs. Showcase these achievements with numbers. Let's take the example of a sales manager. Let's say you have provided 20% more revenue on top of your target revenue that was given to you. So that is the kind of thing that you will have to put in a proper sentence that can quantify the value you added to the previous company. That will help the current hiring manager make the decision much, much easier. And also whoever is hiring, for example, let's say there's another sales manager on the other side reviewing your profile, that will give a much better idea of who you are in your professional journey, right? Now, let me open the Careerflow website and show you how you can do this very easily over there. Now, I've taken the same resume again to give you the example. Now, take the work experience section, this part. Now, if you see the work experience, the bullets over here, you can clearly see there are no numbers, there is no percentages, it is not at all quantified. So if your resume looks like this, there is no way the hiring manager would accept it. But if you see the above section over here, I have included numbers. So contributed to a gross revenue of 100 crores, improved organic website traffic by 200%. These things provide a quantifiable view for the hiring manager to take a decision on what type of skills you have and what have you contributed for the previous company, right? Now, how you can create a quantifiable metric, let's say if you don't know how to write it or what to do, let's assume this. This particular thing says managing technical and non-technical content for Scale's YouTube channel and other social channels. Now just hit on optimize with AI. The Careerflow Copilot will automatically provide you a quantifiable metric. You would just have to change things. For example, the first one is not quantifiable, but the second two pointers are completely quantifiable because you can clearly see there's a 50% boost in audience engagement. Over here, achieved 100K within 6 months. See, these facts might not be correct, but you can utilize the way it is written and change the numbers according to your quantifiable metric. That is, let's say the actual audience engagement boost was 35%. Utilize this and then change the number from 50% to 35%. So this will solve the fact that if you do not know how to quantify the metric or quantify your value you contributed to the company, this is the easiest way to go about it. Now you can simply hit add. So now this will add this particular bullet point, or you can hit replace. It'll basically replace it over here, right? And you can see the reason over here, why and what, and all of this is provided so you can easily use the Careerflow Copilot to add quantifiable metrics. So as you can see, all the information is provided. You can pretty much make it shorter, make it longer, change it. You can edit it by yourself. So technically, there is no need to write it by yourself. You will just have to know your metric and then utilize that metric and use Careerflow Copilot to create that particular quantifiable line which you can add to your resume. So that's it for the first part of this particular video. Hope you guys have understood few things. Hope you guys have learned what kind of mistakes are common and what hiring managers usually skip over, what hiring managers will straight up reject. Hope all of this is clear. In the next session, in the part 2, I will explain another 3 common resume mistakes and how to fix them, and also how to use Careerflow to fix them as well, so that you get a complete view of it. Hope this is clear. Meet you in another session.